Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It is Roman, and we are here with WhenInRome, like the only fucking podcast. And it has been 2 weeks. Wow, guys, it's been 2 fucking weeks. I hope you enjoyed your vacation, Cameron.
Yeah, glad to be back.
What did you do?
Went to Chicago and had a grand old time.
So grand means you sucked how many dicks?
I stopped counting.
I stopped counting. Okay, somebody with the Steamworks. Okay.
We'll talk about that later.
Yes, Steamworks. Come on. The only VIP member doesn't live there anymore. That's good. Did you enjoy the week off?
I did. Yes. Yeah. It was a great time. Honestly, like a great time with family and then great time hanging out with friends. So
that's good. You sent me cool little videos. I enjoyed the week off. It was interesting. Like I both missed it and was happy I didn't do the podcast because I was just happy to have the week off. But then there would be like an article or something that happened. And I was like, oh my God, I want to talk about it, and be like, fuck, I can't talk about it this week. It's going to be old, especially with some news shit, right? So that was key. It was key to miss the podcast. So let's get into this episode. We have my friend Billy here. Say hello, Billy.
Hey, everyone.
Billy is a Themby, who is one of my best friends, and it's like one of the OG original fans of the podcast. So thanks for Billy. Billy's been giving me advice on the podcast since the very beginning, and it helped a lot. So thanks for being here. We had to bring this motherfucker's energy down from a 28 to a 10, right, Cameron? Right before.
I don't know if we're even down to 10 yet.
We're not. It was like you guys can't see because we're not doing visuals, because one, he was like, we're not doing visuals. First of all, you look like an usher in a Broadway show, and then you would just see like a big head and knobby knees. Like that's what you would see if it was Billy, and a hair extension. So I mean, let's just be happy this is not a visual episode. But yeah, thanks for coming, Billy. We love you.
I'm holding my tongue for now.
Thank God. Okay, so this is the dropping of the second half interview of Lady Camden. Did you see the first half, Billy?
It was phenomenal. You did a fantastic job. Lighting was great. She was great. And I can't wait to see the rest.
Yeah, the second one's going to be really fun. Dare I say the second half is better than the first half. The first half episode was one of our fastest downloads. So hopefully the second half will be even better. If you have not seen the first half, then stop listening right now and go watch it. Okay? If you have, then proceed. It's going to be coming up after the news recap. Make sure to go see it on YouTube. Really, really fun. I'm announcing now that our next interview is going to be Baby Shakes Monroe. And if you guys remember her from the gamer chat, you have some Baby Shakes Monroe shades tea to spill? Say something, bitch. She listened too. She listened. So say it. Nope. Okay, Billy's a bitch.
This is your podcast.
Okay. Well, Baby Shakes, if you out there, hit up Billy because that bitch got some shit to say. So yeah, that's gonna be our January.
Is she in Monroe?
Is she in Monroe with those big hands? Of course she in Monroe, bitch. She was in here with them big hands and big head, bopping around talking about gaming. Like, bitch, what game can you play? Not The Sims, which also about big ass hands. Anyway, we love Baby Shakes. We'll see her in January. And yeah, for our second visual interview, it's gonna be really fun. Next week, we are dropping our first panel of the new year, and it's on emigrating to the US. It was really, really fun and substantive panel. I learned a lot about how people from other countries, namely Russia and Spain, think about us and what their very unique and also privileged process of immigration processes are like. So tune in next week for that. Did you enjoy the panel? It was really good.
Yeah,
right?
It was really good. I really enjoyed hearing the perspectives and just kind of it was eye-opening, I'll be honest. Yeah.
It was a lot of accents. So y'all motherfuckers are really gonna have to. I know it's hard to hear me because I'm fast, but these accents, it was some thick Spanish and Russian accents in this motherfucker. It's gonna
go
fun.
Ukraine.
Hey, well, go Ukraine. Yeah, I was gonna make fun of that. But she's also from Ukraine, as she would also say, you little bitch. Okay, she's not Putin. She's just Putin adjacent. Thanks again for tuning in, listening. Remember to listen, like, share, and laugh. My IG is WhenNRome. As everyone get their mood enhancer, please. Billy, we don't want you jacking off to enhance yourself. Please just drink your calcium, okay? Celsius.
It's a Celsius.
It's your Celsius
for this moment.
Thank God, because you don't need to be naked now, Billy. I don't know why you're naked. On the count of three, everyone's gonna enhance themselves.
It was a caffeine pill.
On the count of three. If I say that one more time, we're gonna enhance ourselves. 1, 2, 3. Consider yourself enhanced. Let's get into it. happening since we last saw each other? Okay, so a lot has happened in the last 2 weeks, and I want to include the last couple of weeks in happening since we last saw each other because it's been a funny fucking 2 weeks. So some of this sounds a little like old news, and sorry, get over it. Okay, so let's talk about your Coachella lineup, right? I think it's fucking sick. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it really is.
Fucking Cameron.
I mean,
I think it's fucking sick. Yeah, it really is.
They know what they're
That's the best line. They know what they're getting.
Exactly. This ain't nothing new. No, I mean, of course, Gaga. So yeah, I'm here for it.
You go Gaga over Gaga.
Gaga.
He's been playing fucking the disease. He would play the disease fucking song over and over and over and over. Kind of like how I played Kate
Why
Renata.
do you keep playing with that microphone? Why,
I'm just excited.
You
Sorry.
are not a singer. You are
leave
not
it
Shaka
alone.
Khan. You are Shaka Nan. Sit there and don't touch it. Gee, you all this. Sorry if you guys. Sorry if you heard that. That was big-headed Navi Need Billy touching the mic.
I didn't know what
Anyway,
expected it.
continue, Cameron, about fucking Coachella.
I'm excited for it. I'm not going, but I'm gonna live stream it
Right?
from the comfort of my couch.
I mean, what do you think about Coachella? Billy?
So have either of you gone in the past? Or
I've never been.
How about you?
No.
Have you?
Yeah, I think I've done it about 3 times, and I would say this lineup is a pretty comprehensive one.
Yeah.
I feel like in years past sometimes they've booked a lot of, their focus has been more like house and techno DJs, and I think some of the top 40 artists kind of lacked, but I think this time around they've done a really good job at sort of curating a very well-rounded group of artists.
I mean, I never want to go to Coachella, but I mean, this time it makes me kind of want to go like Gaga, Anita, Missy Elliott. Is it Charlie XCX gonna be there too? Yeah, right. Charlie XCX.
Yeah.
And so it's just like and the people they're bringing like have something to prove. Like like Anita's been before, but I know she's always gonna kill it. But Lady Gaga, like everything. I mean, we just waiting for her to be weird again after her foo bad acting. Can we talk about how bad her acting is? Like no, like who?
It's serviceable.
Who other than a member of the Academy thinks she can dance? You know what I mean? Like God, girl, do you have a disease in your brain that makes you think you can act? Like finally she's getting weird, but I'm just saying she has something to prove. Also, she's the only big major diva to do Coachella since Beyonce. So I'm just feeling like dancer, like at that level. So I just feel like they're gonna compare her concert to Beyonce's, and there's not too many that I would. Do you know what I mean? So I just feel like she's got some shit to prove, right? Which means she's gonna be really good. Missy Elliott, I would love to see that bitch.
I was very lucky enough to catch Missy Elliott in New York back in August, and she toured with Ciara and with Busta Rhymes.
And her Busta killed it.
It was all 3 of them. Ciara was okay. I mean, I think she's had better nights.
Well, yeah, girl.
But,
ever since she got all chased and shit, had 8 kids, she probably can't dance like she
that's
used
why.
to, right? Pussy father.
Sorry,
Sorry,
Ciara, I forgot.
Go as far and as low down as 1-2 step after she had 18 kids. Come the only woman prolapse.
She had her little ballet flats on. It's just,
ballet flats. What's that?
Ciara was in ballet flats.
Well, that's middle age for you, bitch.
Mary Jane.
Come on, 1-2 step and a plie. Ain't that a bitch? Okay. So let's talk about. All right. So how was
Missy Elliott was good. Yes.
Okay, and right after. Never mind. So how was everyone's Christmas? What did you guys do? I'm just not gonna ask Cameron because he's gonna say I just went home and saw my parents. What did you do for Christmas, Billy?
So I was in San Jose, and
not you getting so deep. You see his voice. I was in San Jose, and it was a lot of fun. Don't nobody believe that, bitch.
it was good. I mean,
no, it was good.
It's been nice to kind of escape the cold because New York City's fucking freezing now. So it was good. It was good to see my family, catch up with them, and now I'm here celebrating the new year with the San family. So I'm excited.
Cute. Let's see what I did. I was really happy that I was much more social for Christmas than Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, I didn't want to do anything. Didn't want to see anybody except for Jadson. Remember you guys, Jadson, who was supposed to take me to the sauna or the jacuzzi, and then he flaked. Anyway, so for Christmas, I was just really happy.
The first time or the 10th time?
I wish he'd take me a 10th time. I mean, Jadson, you hear this? I want it anyway. But like for Christmas, I was just really much more social. I went to a friend's house, so 2:30. White people, they always got to eat at 2:30. 2:30. And then I was like, God damn, girl, like heavy ass chicken at 2:30. Okay, girl. And then I went to the only holiday party, and it was really fun. And I was very proud of San Francisco because I think for 3 hours, it took 3 hours before it turned into an orgy. Do you know what I mean? And by the end, it was full orgy. Like it went from like full holiday party, like everyone was fully clothed, to full orgy. Nobody's in the living room. Everyone's fucking. That was like, all right, I'm out. Like I didn't suck my dicks for the night. I'm out, baby. You know what I mean? I got my ass ate. I said,
like, who was
woo.
fucking the turkey? Where is the turkey?
Hey, girl,
I know we didn't finish it.
We were both under mistletoe, and then someone tried to stick their toe in me. But anyway, I'm joking that they did it. But it's possible at a San Francisco party. So anyway, that was my Christmas. Let's see. So the Beyonce concert happened. Did you guys see the Beyonce concert?
Yes.
I did not watch it. Please crucify me. I'm ready for it. Go.
I mean, I don't give a fuck if you didn't watch it, bitch. Enough people watch it. We don't need your money. So especially she don't, honey. Okay. I just want to say that, like, can we talk about why this bitch did the concert? Because first of all, who famous, who at that level, one of the most famous people on the planet, probably top 5, right? Whatever, performs at some random Christmas game? Do you know what I mean? Like, I've never ever remember the gays getting together to watch a Christmas game. So, you know what I mean? So it's giving you and Jay-Z knew a year and a half ago that he was about to be unmasked. You know what I mean? And it's giving this whole year has been a publicity tour. You know, Jay-Z, he wrote a book and all this shit. But it's just giving like, why would this bitch do this? The whole time she was dancing like, don't think about Jay-Z. Don't think about Jay-Z. It's all about me, Cowboy Carter. Don't think about that 14-year-old girl.
Yeah.
That's the only reason she did that fucking performance.
Yeah, she was just there to be the show pony and distract.
Cameron?
I mean, I think it was because a lot of it is this, they were streaming on Netflix for the football game, so it was like the Mike Tyson fight. So I think
go ahead.
No, I just think it was probably a draw for Netflix to say, oh, like we've got they signed her to do this halftime show, and then to bring more people to.
I mean, I know why
watch it.
Netflix did it, right? I'm just saying, why did Beyonce sign up for it? Do you know what I mean? Like, I just think that
Jay-Z told her.
I'm just thinking that if the Jay-Z allegations hadn't come out, I don't think she would have done it. I think it's a little bit beneath. You know, I do think that it also gave her a chance to do Cowboy Carter and to get out a lot more of it, to perform it in probably a very big audience. I mean, she's probably not gonna have a chance to have that big of an audience unless she does her own concert or something.
Like
and especially with the snub, quote unquote, by the CMAs, which first of all, that's not really a snub. That's not it. She didn't do a country album. She did a country cover album. You don't get to to cover Jolene on your album and just give it a little like black flair, I guess, and with all the same words, and then say that and expect to sweep the CMAs. You know what I mean? That's like someone covering. I don't know. That's just like, I don't know, someone from the CMAs covering a Michael Jackson album and expecting to sweep all the pop out. You know what I mean? The grand, like, it's just not gonna happen.
Yeah, I think
so.
I think she's getting ready to release part 3 of this whole thing, and she didn't technically do like a tour for this one, so it was kind of like,
it hits multiple boxes. I'm just thinking that, like, I just feel like. Girl, she did this because one of the reasons is one of the many, I'm sure, is to kind of just get her, the whole like positive publicity tour. Because I mean, that was a lot of the articles that I said. It was like, Beyonce's out there, there's no Jay-Z, but she's showing that she's standing by her man and blah, blah, blah. Like, we didn't know that was going to be, you know what I mean? I'm just saying all this was known because a year and a half ago, they knew that they were going to probably unmask Jay-Z because they've been having negotiations behind the scenes, right? And then the reason they unmasked him is because the negotiations broke down, which means they've known for months and months and months. That's all I'm saying.
Sure.
It was good. It was a good performance. I mean, yeah, I don't really like that album that much, but it was cool. Whatever, you know. Okay, so it's New Year's Eve. It's the last fucking day of New Year's. What are everyone's plans?
I'm going to the Midway, and then a little house party thing, Foul House, and then Breakfast of Champions, I think, for a bit tomorrow, and then back to the Midway.
Okay, so you're going to do the Midway. I feel like, what am I doing? I think I'm going to do the Castro for a little bit, and then maybe go to Fell House. It's going to keep it very easy. And then do like some, I was going to say some enhancers, but then go to a couple of events tomorrow.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm keeping it simple. What about you, Billy?
So I have plans to do Juanita Moore's party again. Last year was the first year that I attended, and it's really, really fun. Like it's not like a super crazy circuit rager, but it's also not like dead old farts. Like
Not the survivors of AIDS.
Juanita, I did not say that. Alfredo, I love you so much.
Oh my God. As much sex as never mind. Never mind.
You guys, we've had to edit a lot out already. So we're gonna
Okay, so
subscribe to the Patreon.
Okay, so I will say though that it's New Year's Eve and it's the last fucking day of 2024. And can we motherfucking talk about how fucking fast this year has gone by? Like, oh my God, I feel like I try to live each day to the most. I try to do a lot. We do a lot the weekend. Like I try to stay present every moment, and time still fucking flies by, right? This year has been full of shit, full of change, from my podcast to my own journey on myself. Like I've had more sex this year than in years past. Way more, but not enough. Okay, way not enough. I've worked on my dream project, which is the podcast, gone further with it than I've ever could have imagined, grown closer to people, pushed people away that were toxic. I feel way more confident in myself, my sexiness, my power, and listening to myself. And then with all that has happened, it feels like the year flew by.
How's your rosebud?
Not plucked enough, girl. Okay, thank you. Never not Fist of Fury. That's you and that's Cameron. Oh. That's not. Cameron, don't act like you don't play around in that sphere.
Moving along. No, I mean I would agree with you. Like it has gone by so quick. I mean, even I was like, oh fuck, it's New Year's Eve. I didn't even expect that it was, it's already here, and I was like, I thought that was tomorrow. So it's definitely like, wow, time flies. And then already thinking about into next year, like I feel like, I don't know, time's just moving fast.
Did you feel like you had like a positive year, a negative year, or was it just like a lot of both?
No, I think it's been a great year.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've had a really positive year.
Yeah, I mean, compared to the year before, where like we had to get rid of our fucking shitty roommate, and then
which one?
All of them. And then, like I said, this past year for me has been great. Like I've like gotten rid of, pushed people out of my life that were toxic. But I've gotten closer to other people. The podcast has been amazing. I feel like I've made a lot of progress on working on myself. Like, you know what I mean? I've got like plans for like all kinds of shit. You know what I mean? Like, and the year is going. We have great plans for the podcast. Like great. I'm going to Brazil in a month and a half. Girl, things are good. I have a question for you, fuckers. Do you guys hit any New Year's resolutions? Go ahead, Billy.
I have no resolutions, but I did. I think this year, as far as overall impact, this has probably been like the toughest year of my life, just in terms of like finances, work, and just everything that's happening to myself. I mean, I had a hit of sort of emotional rock bottom about 14 weeks ago. And,
you're welcome.
Yeah. So
that was for helping you get out of it.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
Like, he wasn't going to acknowledge that, motherfucker. He's just like, you welcome, like that. Like, I did the emotional work to drag you out of that bitch. You're welcome. Well, actually, you did the emotional work, but I did help. Anyway, go ahead.
She dropped some good words of wisdom, but no,
as always,
I think for a lot of people, you have to hit, whether it's emotional, spiritual, or physical, you have to hit a sort of rock bottom.
You hit all three.
Out. And no, I still have an apartment. I still got my apartment. Thank you. And so, but no New Year's resolutions. But what I do want to continue doing is prioritizing dance and fitness because that's really kind of just been the anchor of my life.
Oh my God, Billy. So Cameron, so we were gonna hang out with Billy. I hung out with Billy on Friday. He was like, before I come, I want to hit the gym. And we were like, who is this? Who is this on the phone? Is this Billy or is this the AI? Because I don't know who the fuck this was. You want to hit the gym or you want to go out? Okay, bitch.
Work.
Okay, bitch.
Work.
He got this man bun and works out now, bitch. Come on, the only fucking bourgeois, like the only bohemian.
Bohemia.
Well, I would say for resolutions, I think that I am looking forward to just kind of recentering on like building relationships with people and like diving deeper in friendships and stuff like that, and just kind of looking for other things to do, kind of getting out of the kind of cycle of just always like going out and doing that and like trying other things.
For me, I don't really have a resolution because I don't know if I believe in like a whole bunch of resolutions, but I do think that like focusing on things you want to accomplish in the new year, which I guess can be resolutions, but like focus for me is more like an intent. So like I think for me, the intent that I want to focus on next year is not thinking or caring about what people think as much, which is crazy. I know it's me, the only person who doesn't give a fuck. But like everyone, I'm nuanced and complex, and there are things in areas in which I care way too much what people think, which I don't. And maybe it's not what people think. It's more like my resolution is not to not let other people and their either energy or their whatever get in the way of like me focusing on myself in that moment. You know what I mean? So there may be times when I'm trying to focus on things that I want, and then I might it might be a client, it might be a friend, it might be, you know what I mean, something like that gets in the way because or I allow it to derail me. Do you know what I mean? Like it's either it could be, it's not even them a lot of times, it could be me. And so I think I know my resolution is to, if it's like there are things that I can do just like everyone else that I need to be like allow myself to do them, and a lot of that is like not letting other people get in the way and just like either shutting them out, either not giving a fuck about moving them out the way, ignoring them, do you know what I mean, or just whatever it needs to happen. Because I think I allow myself to get distracted, discombobulated, or pushed off of whatever by people. And a lot of it's me, but it's also people. So does that make sense?
Yeah, I feel that hard. You know, yesterday I did a virtual workshop on Zoom with some dancers that I take class with in New York, and the Zoom workshop was kind of just like an end of the year reflection. What do we want for the new year? Kind of like what we're doing right now. And so what I had wrote down about like something I want to stop in the new year, which sort of stems off what you were talking about, just like not being distracted by what other people think you're doing for yourself. And what I had written was like, what I want to do is stop expecting or looking for approval from certain people in my life to be as enthusiastic towards my dancing and my fitness goals, because as much as I want those people to be enthused about it and be excited for me, I'm not making these changes in my life for them. I'm doing it for myself, and just reminding that, like, again, with your goal of intention, making sure that, like, again, the approval comes from yourself and not those other people around you.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. So I have a fucking funny story that happens to end the happening section. So Billy and I were out this past weekend, and this guy, no, I will not tell you who it is. Y'all, I never blast anyone out personally, but I do reserve the right to tell you about things that happen, shit that happens to me. So this guy and if I start describing him, like everyone's gonna know who it is. Like,
don't describe him.
Very easy, like white. Just all you need to know, and that's not even pertinent, but I don't know what to say. Anyway, so this guy comes up to me on Sunday and says, "If you bump into me like you did last night, I will end you."
No, you got to say it with your full chest.
That's what he said, girl. He whispered. He was like, "If you bump into me last night like you did, if you bump into me like you did last night, I will end you." And I immediately burst out laughing. Billy burst out laughing because the shit was funny. Like, okay, let me just set the scene. So one, sir, you're pushing 55. So like, and this is not an ageist. Yes, Cameron. This is not an ageist thing, but like the AARP card is in the mail. Do you know what I mean? So secondly, you're wearing an ill-fitting athleisure top. Do you know what I mean? Like, so let's just say that I'm not afraid. You know what I mean? When you come up to me, to my shoulder, your short ass is up to my shoulder, right? And then you, in your dulcet tones, if you come up to me like you, I felt like I was getting threatened by Michael Jackson. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you, I will end you. End me? What is a Netflix show? Like, I will end you. Did Prince put you up to this? Like, it was just like, sir, like, your ill-fitting athleisure top, at least let it be a wife beater, and at least you call it a wife beater. Then maybe I'll be afraid. But you coming up and yelling at my shoulder whispering at my shoulder, "I will end you." What the? I literally was like, sir, like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
But then he walked away, pointing his finger like, "Fuck you, fucking faggot."
Right.
Oh,
Which was the most aggressive thing he said the whole fucking sentence.
And
then the thing that got me, to set the scene, everyone, what happened is the night before, or 2 nights before, he was like, okay, so the person I'm talking about does so much poppers that I've literally seen him go from standing straight up to falling on the ground.
I thought we were gonna call people out.
I mean, there's a lot of people who do poppers, bitch, and whippets and shit. But I'm just saying, I just know this 55-year-old plus man. You know what I mean? Who's still doing poppers like he was at, back in like
Go on.
Nothing, girl. I'm just saying. Let's just say he's been doing poppers since what is it, Woodstock. So anyway, this motherfucker in like two nights before had like walked through and bumped me. And you know that's I bumped our group because he was probably so high on poppers that he was losing oxygen and couldn't figure it out. So until the second time he walked by, he tried to bump us again. So I bumped his ass back and said, "Excuse me, sir, motherfucker. Like you ain't just gonna." That's my only pet peeve. Like when people only in fucking San Francisco do people think that they can just bump you and keep walking in a club and not like any other place, Billy, any other place you
Well,
can ask me.
in New York, they'll look at you and just push you.
Yeah,
like dead ass, look you in the face and shove.
Yeah, you don't.
I'm like,
only in San Francisco do people bump you, like walk through the club, not even looking, and just step on your feet and look at you and keep walking and not get your ass beat. So when fucking like the AARP cover model, you know what I mean, for Rehab, this man bumped into me, I bumped his ass back the second time because you bumped into us twice, sir. So anyway, I just thought it was funny that I got run up on. Only in San Francisco do you get run up on by Michael Jackson's manager. You know what I mean? Like the only person in the Michael Jackson dynasty who hasn't died yet. Like you still, you know what I mean? Like it was. I don't know. I just thought that was a really fun way to end my happenings now.
Fuck you, fucking faggot.
Fucking faggot. I will end you. So now every time I see the guy walk up, I'm like, I will end you.
And then I was like, no, he's on. You should look at him and give him another. You're on thin ice, buddy.
Because you know when white people, that's the one thing. You're on thin ice, buddy.
I will blow your pops.
Oh my God. Okay, let's go to party reviews. Welcome back to party reviews. Okay. So I went to Phoenix on Eddy Street. Y'all, this party has really started to blow off. What did you think about it, Billy?
Yeah, I think it was around this time last year when we had gone. Well, I had at least gone to Phoenix with you.
No, there was no Phoenix before, girl. This is new.
Oh, well, the venue,
Eddy Street.
Yeah.
So this time last year we had gone to Apollo, which is on Saturdays. Yes.
Yeah. So, but again, as a venue, please, anything beats the end up at this point. So it was amazing.
Hello.
It was amazing. Yeah.
The music was really good. The vibe was really good.
And it doesn't feel like sketchy. Like it can sometimes. Like sometimes though. That time frame
can be really sketch. I mean, you were the only queen of sketch when you were going there.
Art
At
school.
the end up. That was before you started underwriting things in New York.
Hello.
Okay, so if you like Phoenix, first and third Thursdays Fridays of the month, after hours, really, really fun. Went to Lick It at Powerhouse. I definitely enjoyed my time at this party. The music was always fun. It was a little too hot. It's always too hot at Powerhouse. In Powerhouse. The boys were cute. The back alley where people suck a lot of dick was fun. It was the only neon party. Had fun. So upcoming events. So we talked about tonight. There's a fresh start going on. Fucking if you're not there, who's playing? Noisy was playing tonight. Fucking who are you going to see? Channel Today's?
Yeah.
Channel Today's is playing today. Cooney has already played. Cooney's playing right now, actually, which I'm really annoyed that I'm missing. Tomorrow we have Chris Lake. Who else is going to be there tomorrow?
Shit.
I didn't really like any of the other people tomorrow. You look that up. And then there's going to be Breakfast of Champions tomorrow. A lot of people doing that. Yeah. There's Juanita's party tonight, right? Where's Juanita's party at, Bill?
It's at the Phoenix Hotel.
The Phoenix Hotel.
Not the Phoenix Afties.
Not the Phoenix Afties, the Phoenix Hotel. So yeah. So then let's see what's going on later on this year. We've got Boom Boom. That's going to be Saturday 1/4. You guys know about the only Brazilian party at Bo. They play a lot of the Brazilian top 40 hits, so come on down at Bo. We have Dad at F8 on Saturday 1/11. Be there, be square. The white people and some brown people like to go and listen to Disco Dads. We have My Party Roma's Revenge at Bo. It's going to be on 117. We are bringing you Stiletto from New York, one of the only DJs. This bitch opened, he opened for Beyonce. So yeah, you know the music's going to be everything. Oh God, I don't know if you guys remember him from playing it harder, but he was everything. And then we've got a Hard Reset coming up on 119. Some features, Hard Reset is really amazing, features some of the best house music in SF. It's going to be from 8 to late. And that is my party review section.
Work.
And with that, we will go to break. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We have world news. This is not a fun one, but it's important. Palestinian Authority bans Al Jazeera news channel's operations in the West Bank. So the Palestinian Authority has shut down the operations of Qatar-based news network Al Jazeera in the West Bank, according to local reports. In a statement, Al Jazeera condemned Fatah, the Palestinian Authority ruling party in the West Bank, for what it described as an incitement campaign against the news organization. The ban was instituted following Al Jazeera's coverage of clashes between the Palestinian Authority forces and terrorist fighters in the city of Jenin. According to local reports, the decision was taken after Al Jazeera broadcast news reports referring to the rebels as resistance fighters and not terrorists. So I basically wanted to highlight this article to basically highlight just how important press and press freedoms can be, especially in countries going through wars, shit like that, right? I mean, we all know that press freedom is important, right? We all know that's a staple of a democratic country over a free country, but it's important, I think, to note how modern governments are trying to stifle or the reasons that they use are stifling news content. So in the West Bank, you have this interesting situation where Al Jazeera has been banned both by Israel, right? In Israel, because it has been critiquing the Israeli government, especially their coverage of the war. You know, the Israeli government has been banning or keeping anybody from talking about the war in Palestine and the actual effects of it, right? Including Al Jazeera. And now you have the Palestinian Authority banning Al Jazeera because it's not calling these people terrorists, right? It's calling them freedom fighters. It's not following the line that they want. And that's essentially like governments don't just get to ban news, or they should not be banning news organizations because they don't agree with what they say, right? And so when you have these people trying to, and this is important because this is what Trump tries to do, right? Trump is, he just won this ABC $1 million lawsuit because he but Trump has been doing this forever, right? Trump is not new. Like, I know the news tries to make it is different because he is, as president, he's doing it, but he was doing it in the first term. So like, don't let. It is important. It is important that we don't try to go after press freedoms. But I don't necessarily know if like Trump doing it is as, the world burning down as much as it has been, because billionaires have always been doing it. Rich people have been doing this forever to news organizations.
Yeah, they're always pushing their own story,
their own agenda. But I mean, I do think that press freedoms are important. Press freedoms are the cornerstone of America. And of course, there's going to be people out there trying to chip away at press freedoms, as you can see with this case with Al Jazeera.
Yeah.
I'm just, it almost feels like the world's unraveling, like in various places, like, and it's just interesting to kind of just think forward about, what we have incoming here in the US, but then also how that plays into like the things that are happening elsewhere. And like, just wondering, is it all like just this like ticking bomb of like how that's all going to play out?
I mean, I think the world's unraveling. I think they want us to think the world's unraveling.
Right.
Because I think if you go back at any point in time, everywhere in the world, at any point in time, at various places in the world, shit's going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think we are, to your point, we are watching the unraveling of press freedoms or democratic institutions in this area. And I think that's important because and I think it's important to understand when we see things like this happening, how that translates into our country or to other countries and into these actions, because I think it's important to understand how authoritarianism, how fascism happens, right?
Yeah.
And one of the ways it does is by like limiting press freedoms, right? And so it's just like we should take those lessons and understand. So when people are having an uproar about Trump going after news organizations or rich people going after news organizations, it doesn't even have to be Trump, because Democrats do it too. Do you know what I mean? This is why, right?
Yeah.
And always just consider the things that you're reading. Like, don't take everything for face value, because it probably is only one side of the truth.
And and the side of the truth is, and the other thing that's important,
whomever's
is
funding the outlet.
The reason I brought up the ABC settlement is because it's important because, one, most people thought that the ABC settlement, like the one I talked about where Trump sued ABC about something that George Stephanopoulos said, and like in this country, it's very, very hard to sue the press, right? It's very, very hard for a public institution or a public person to sue the press and say, and against their words, if they use words like allegedly, blah, 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 because we have press freedoms, right? But the reason that ABC settled, a lot of people think, is because, of course, most news organizations are no longer just news organizations. They're owned by conglomerates, businesses that have a lot more other things on their plate and on their mind than press freedoms, right? So people think ABC settled because ABC doesn't want to have to deal with Trump, right? Or they think he settled because the amount of money and the amount of I don't know, attention that this case can get when ABC is trying to, I don't know, settle real estate deals and trying to get other things passed for their films and get tax breaks and all this other shit, right? So it's just like, but that's the thing that we need to highlight is that our press right now is no longer independent, right? It's no longer not the small ones. These are things that are big conglomerates, and they change and decide what we post, what we read, and now how we acquiesce and why.
Yes.
All right, and with that, let's go to American news. Okay, we are back with American news. This is a fun one. You know how I love the gerontocracy. They're so amazing. Like, I love just having like really old 90-year-old people running our government because they are so quick on their feet. So anyway, here's the news. Enough is enough. After Mitch McConnell's latest fall, the MAGA calls for his retirement. Mitch McConnell's latest fall on the Capitol, his fourth public health episode in the past 21 months, is spurring fresh calls from Republicans for his resignation and underscores the fragility of what's expected to be his final 2 years in the Senate. The 82-year-old suffered a sprained wrist and a cut to his face after falling Tuesday. He's also suffered a violent and concussive fall in March 2023, which caused bleeding to the back of his head, a loss of consciousness, and a cracked rib. He had that freezing episode back in March of 2023, and then, in 2023, and then he has a second one 2 months later. So, like, why is this person the leader of the Senate? You know what I mean? Or why is this person still in the fucking Senate? Do you know what I mean? Like, The gerontocracy is real. This motherfucker can't walk. Like, I'm not being ageist, but he cannot walk. He has literally had moments where he was like Nico in a mini earthquake for 30 seconds and he couldn't speak. And you can't, and you know, you couldn't, you know what I mean? Like, this is a mess. And this, let's juxtapose this. Did you guys hear about the House of Representative woman who was missing for 6 or 7 months and she wasn't voting, and they found her in an old folks home?
What?
The bitch was checked into an old folks home and being taken care of because she couldn't function, and she was in the House of Representatives at the time. Like, and the fact that you can be that old, that you could be literally days away from going into an old folks home and no one around you notice in the House of Representatives tells you just how old everybody is in the House of Representatives. You know what I mean? Like, we had President Biden, who they knew for years was too fucking old and was fucking falling out on whatever, could barely walk. Remember he's walking off into the jungle kind of shit. You know what I mean? And they knew years before and they held it for him. Donald Trump is clearly going crazy, and his handler is a whole, you know what I mean? And he's gonna degenerate even more because the presidency fucking fucks you up. You know what I mean? And he's 80, he's 79, and so they're gonna hide it. You know what I mean? Like Mitch McConnell, they're hiding. RPG, her bitch ass should have fucking resigned a year earlier. You know what I mean? From fucking the Supreme fucking Court. Dianne Feinstein, that bitch died in office. Like, what the fuck? Cameron?
I just think it's wild that, like, how are you supposed to be like representing your area and you're under care,
right?
Because you know
can't think, can't walk, can barely function. You're sundowning, your arthritis. You know what I mean? Like,
you're sundowning.
You're palsy. Like, what the
but
fuck?
It's like then you're expected to say, oh, I'm there to represent you and vote on your behalf,
right?
But I'm missing,
right?
Like,
I'm missing mentally.
Well, and then, but also like it's wild that the people on their staff is just like, this is okay.
That's what I'm saying, because I feel like this is they write because that's where the real power is, because they're unelected. You know what I mean? They get to have these old people do whatever they want. They tell them what to say. They write their fucking bills. You know what I mean? But they're unelected, and because these people are so old, clearly Mitch McConnell has probably only got 2 or 3 good hours in him a day, and then the rest of the time his handlers, his staff is doing everything, which means they're the real power. You know what I mean? Can he even function? Do you know what I mean? Like, can any of these motherfuckers function? And they're running the government. We know Donald Trump can't function. He literally on stage would not be able to function. Remember when he ran that one? He was at that one rally where he just kept him on singing for an hour or playing music videos for an hour. Can you imagine him doing that in the Situation Room? You know he's been doing that in the Situation Room. Like, hey, sir, China is encroaching on our stuff. Hold on. Put on Taylor
Put on the
Swift.
Village People for me. Put on the Village People.
Give me a Coke. With that, I just want to say, like, oh, Billy, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, I think all these public servants need to have term limits, and I don't really care how old you are, but let's make sure that there's some standardized cognitive tests for them to be like, hey, are you actually of sound mind to do this job? You could be 90 and be sharp, but if you're not, then I don't think you deserve to be
literally
serving the public.
You even have like Bernie Sanders old ass. I think that Biden could do it. You know what I mean? Like Bernie, you're so old. You sound like Forrest Gump. That's how old you are. You should no longer write a book from behind the scenes, but let's not put you on the microphone because you're too old because you can't. You know what I mean? And I'm just saying like term limits, but also the power of incumbency. Do you know what I mean? Because you know the power of it. What is it when they rewrite the maps, and so that, you know what I mean, the disenfranchised. So basically like it's a safe district, so you could never really have, you know what I mean, like it really becomes really hard to change seats, and then it becomes like the power of incumbency. It's actually really hard to unseat an incumbent in this country. Do you know what I mean? And so people just literally get voted over and over and over, and they stay in forever. Look what happened to AOC. The Democrats try to get a younger person to head a committee, and they voted for the 74-year-old who probably can't spell committee anymore. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, let's take a break. Billy, you want to talk right now since you have candy in your mouth?
I'm good. It's a mint.
Okay, grow. It's fucking gummy worms. You know what? I don't care. Okay, let's get to local news. SF news. Okay, Safeway is once again cashing in on the Fillmore at the Black community's expense. So I will say the article that I put in the show notes is an opinion piece. I generally don't put it mostly opinion piece. I don't generally put opinion pieces, so when I do, I guess I like to call it out. But I thought it was important because it talks about basically what's happening with the Safeway and the Fillmore. So if you guys don't know, the Safeway and the Fillmore district is closing on February 7th, Black History Month. Wow. And it plans to sell the valuable site that the grocery store occupies to a real estate developer. It is a decision that will be devastating to the residents of the Fillmore, but especially the Black residents, which obviously are the Fillmore. Except for gentrification. But what was really interesting about the article is it goes into how the Safeway got the property that it was on to build the Safeway, right? So basically in the 1960s and 70s, there was a city policy of urban renewal. Read, take away from poor people and give to white people, right? That's what and to rich people. Seized by eminent domain. And if you don't know what that means, that's the government policy in which the government can take land that it deems, needing necessary. And you can't, because it's the government, the federal government, you can't turn it down, right? So eminent domain, with eminent domain, they can take your land and you can't say no. They just have to give you, they have to pay you for it, but they're only going to pay you what the government never overpays. The government never pays you market rate, right? So you're getting, when they're taking land away, you're getting generally a pittance for what you generally was worth. So in the 60s and 70s, the Fillmore was, a Black area full of Black businesses, Black blah, blah, blah. They came in, they took all the land away from, and the houses away from these Black people, gave them probably pittance at poor market rate. And then when the Black people tried to renegotiate to get back on the land, they wouldn't renegotiate it with them because they wanted to give it to a corporation, right? Quote unquote, a corporation that was going to help, quote unquote, help the city. So then 40 years ago, they sold the land at below market rate to Safeway, the corporation. So Safeway got to buy land in the middle of San Francisco, right? Which is very, 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 very cheap, right? Or sorry, very, very, very good, expensive, good value real estate. But they got to buy it, and because Safeway was helping the city, they got it at a discount. Right, so they took these Black people's monies away. They to redevelop. So they didn't. But of course, if you move a business, there's no guarantee that business is going to do well in another area. And most likely they didn't, where are you going to move to? It's not like you can move everyone en masse. So most of these businesses went out of business, I'm sure. Do you know what I mean? Because if you're established in an area, you're a neighborhood business, and then they just move your neighborhood, it's no guarantee your neighborhood business is going to do anywhere. And they probably, and then they don't pay you to start up a new business. They just pay you for the land. Do you know what I mean? They pay you what it's worth, not to buy a new building, start up a new business, and all that shit. So essentially, they're just fucking you over when they take your land within a domain, right? They took these people's land, sold it to Safeway. Safeway then became a grocery store, made all this money off of being a grocery store, and now that the land is more valuable than they think it is, than the grocery store is worth, they're gonna sell the land, right, to a real estate developer and make all that money because why? Remember, they bought the land at a discount. Right? And they're going to now create a food desert in this Black neighborhood that they have benefited from for the last 40 years. And of course, the reason they're using is theft and blah, blah, blah. And without actually talking about what causes theft, which is poverty, and the poverty that's being caused by, I don't know, the redevelopment, processes that took, land and property away from Black people, the property, things that keep giving the policies that keep giving, big corporations like Safeway, the ability to take land and buy things at cost and give them all these, incentives so that then they can just move away when times get hard.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So yeah, what do you guys have to think? Billy?
You summed up my opinions better than I could.
Yeah, I mean, I've been thinking about this one for a while. Like, I don't know, fuck Safeway. So yeah. Oh, and also, it was good to say is that Safeway has not once met with the community to help them figure out what they need to do to keep the Safeway open.
And why would they? They don't give a shit.
Why would they? They don't give a shit because it's not about the thefts. It's not. They can say that. It's not about that, girl. They want the 1.2, but they want the billions of dollars and millions, hundreds of millions of dollars they're gonna make off that land. Do you know what I mean? Because the land right now is worth more than the Safeway or something. Do you know what I mean? That's the only reason they would sell that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they're not getting rid of all the other Safeways in the city. They're not getting rid of the Safeways in the white areas that have theft too. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And why those places have theft? Because they just have richer people. Do you know what I mean? Like poverty is what causes theft. Anyway, let's move to pop culture news. Pop culture news, everyone. Why Hawk Tuah girl's crypto scandal may be the defining moment of 2024. So does everyone remember the Hawk Tuah girl?
Yeah.
Well, if you don't, then here's a really quick backstory. She's the only story of viral fame. Basically asked her for a random question at one of those like stop you on the street corners that they do like everywhere in New York. And they asked her a stupid question. Her question was funny, but it was only really funny because it was a girl exerting her sexual power. And anytime any girl exerts her sexual power, this fucking,
a white girl.
It's a novelty. You know what I mean? Like, cause like whatever. So basically she was doing a lot to keep her fame going. She came out, this all happened in June, but since that viral moment of June, she started a very popular podcast. She has her own line of clothing and shit. She's got a charitable foundation and an AI powered app. Right. So this is all since fucking June. Right. But remember, like, reading I actually remember reading an article about how she got a manager like less than a month after she had that viral moment. Right. So what may come as the ultimate viral fame cautionary tale, this girl, or Haley Welsh, on December 4th launched her own meme coin, $Hawk. Okay, so first of all, girl, before we go even further, what are the chances that a girl who was like 4 months ago just walking the streets with absolutely no knowledge or expertise in the financial world, starting her own fucking meme coin? Like, if that doesn't scream scam, you know what I mean? Like, you don't know anything about finance and now you're starting a meme coin? Like, Come on, girl. And I'm like, and celebrities, like, they just allow themselves to just sign, like, fucking celebrities, like what is it? Gisele Bundchen, fucking her ex-husband. These are people who are so rich, and yet they get talked into signing up for these scams because they need more money, so much so that they allow themselves to get bamboozled, and then other people to get bamboozled by these coin scams going down, and then they say, oh my God, I don't know what happened. Why?
Well, to be honest, it's probably people in their camp, right? Like, there's somebody in their camp that has too much power, that has too much access to say, oh yeah, sure, they'll sign up for this, and like, oh, you're gonna do this now.
Yeah, but it's just it's just the pursuit of money. Like, Tom Brady and fucking Gisele Bundchen have so much money. What the fuck do you need more money for? And what the fuck do you need that much money so badly that you can be talked into this? The Hawk Tuah girl. Yeah. It has been since fucking June, bitch. I know you're starving. I can understand if you were starving, this was the only thing you got, but why are you allowing yourself to be talked to this shit? I know she got scammed, but still.
Yeah, I mean, it's just she's money hungry.
Hungry.
Yeah.
Right.
So and that's just the commentary on the virality, how viral fame, and then the need to make it keep going to the point that you would do anything. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. To squeeze that, to pull the Kim Kardashian out of the hat and make the Paris Hilton, right, and make yourself. The only thing I will say about the article is that it tries to blame the people who got scammed, and I want to say that that's one thing I don't agree with, because I have been scammed myself, and as unequal as this world is, and as hard as it is to survive, I can understand when you're desperate. Like, there was a time when I was really young and I was desperate because I lived check to check and you spent all my money on stupid shit, and I got scammed, and it was because I was trying to get a loan and they asked me to pay a deposit, and that's That's the only red flag, right? Like if you're out there listening, if you try to get a loan and they ask you to pay a deposit, that's a scam. You should never have to pay any money to get a loan, right?
Right.
But
Because
at the time,
you gave them your account number.
well, no, they asked me to like, it was like a security deposit to get a loan, but like that's the scam because they never give you the loan. They just keep taking your security deposit and they disappear, right? So I'm just saying, like, if you ever out there and someone tries to offer you a loan and then says, "Oh, well, send me $300 or $400 to secure the loan," that's a scam, right?
Oh, wait.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
But it happened to me because at the time I was desperate and I was trying to get money. I think I was trying to pay rent or something stupid, and so I just allowed myself to get bamboozled because I was so desperate. So like, yeah, it's dumb, and yeah, a lot of people should have realized this is stupid. But there are a lot of people, desperate people out there, do you know what I mean, going through it because of policies that they are, because of the way they're being treated, because of how we're being disenfranchised as a people, because of how unequal our society is. So I don't want to blame dumb people for being dumb for falling into these scams because they're taking advantage of desperate people. Do you know what I mean? That's just and I've been there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the news recap. Stay tuned after the break. If you go to YouTube for the live second half, interview with Lady fucking Camden. This interview was the second half was even better than the first. Check it out. Let me know your thoughts. Next week, we're dropping the first pen of our year, and it's on emigrating to the U.S. So come join me and my friends from Spain and Russia to discuss all things emigrating to this country. I know I had no idea it was hard. I mean, I know that there were a lot of hoops and it's hard for brown people and everything, but the process in general just seems fucking Byzantine and tedious, and it's crazy, right? So yeah, next week we're talking about that. Also, please check out the new Discord server. The link is in the show notes. See you in a week. Remember to listen, share. Remember, listen, rate, and share. Please, please, please tell your friends to spread the word. Also, remember to set a reminder so you'll get a notice when I post new shows. Send me any feedback, questions, comments, or concerns personally on IG, which is WhenNRMR. Okay. It is WhenNRome. And until next time, keep it sassy, San Francisco. Thank you, Cameron. Thank you, Billy, for being
Bye.
here.
You're welcome.
You're a mess. Work on that in 2025. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Bye. And hello, everyone. We are back with part 2 of the Lady Camden, the interview. It is our first/second time, because we just edited this podcast. The first/second time that we are doing a visual interview.
Yes.
Thank you, Lady Camden. The first part was really fun, and I'm really excited for the second part. Yes. I love having you here. It is When in Rome. It is I. This is what I look like. You want visuals. I'm giving you visuals.
We are giving you
visuals.
I'm giving you
Let's get into it.
Realness.
Hello. Okay, so before when we ended the last show, you were talking about you sucking a lot of cock. I'm sorry. Whoa, you on Drag Race and how much cock you sucked to get on Drag Race.
Right.
But let's talk about toxic fandom. So one of the things that I think Melissa talked about was how fandom can be toxic. Did you have any any toxic fandom issues?
I didn't get bullied, if that's what you mean, or mean shit. But also I'm not on Twitter. I'm not really on TikTok. I'm really just on Instagram. I'm very good at not looking at it. So I didn't get that level of it, but I do get weird behavior just out and about.
What does that mean?
I think there's a time and a place, which is most places where you can be like, hey, love you, can I get a photo? But when you're at the urinal with your penis in your hand.
Hey, Lady Camden, oh my God, I love you. You were amazing.
At the airport,
Season 14, right?
Really
oh my God.
Or at a party that gets a little
annoying. Or when you're trying to suck dick or at an orgy or whatever.
At a party that gets a little kinky and sexual, whatever, which every human being has the absolute right to experience. Sometimes I appreciate the people that know.
First of all, bitch, we all saw that fucking video you did. We know you like a kinky, bitch. You know the little video you did?
I've never denied that.
Yeah.
And whatever. I think that there was one time at Fell House at a party that we both know where it gets sexual and whatever. And
me at a place where it gets sexual? What are you talking about? What skirt was I wearing?
Wow. Oscar-winning actress right here. But I heard someone be like, is that Lady Camden? And then nothing kills a buzz quicker. That it feels like when you're escaping I imagine. If you're escaping prison and the spotlight goes,
Yeah.
and you're like, that's what it
I've been there. I like one
it
time.
feels like.
I mean, because I'm a little popular, but
You're known. You're a
one
local
time I
celeb.
walked into an orgy and someone I like, kid you not, from across the room, they take the dick out their mouth and they go, "Hey, Roman," and I was just
my
like, "Girl,
God.
like I don't like, no, that is not the move."
What
at
was
an
your
orgy.
response? Were you
I
like,
was like, "Hey, girl,"
you're like, as you were, as you
yeah,
were.
like I was like, "What do you want me to do?"
Yeah.
Like I was just really, I was weirded out because you just yelled my name across this fucking orgy,
Right.
and I'm just trying to sneak in and get snuck in. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
ugh. But anyway, so yeah, so the weird things
it's
that
not toxic necessarily, but it's just something that is like there's a time and place where you can, I don't know. Like I want to just like be honest and real and be myself at all times.
Yeah.
And I guess sometimes you just have to be aware that someone is going to be like, is that Lady Camden sucking a dick? Like, and it just, you have to deal with that somehow.
So how do
You have
deal with
to,
it? It's got to be hard, right?
It is.
I know
don't
it's hard
have
in my
like
own
a
little bubble.
Yeah, I think when I'm in these spaces,
Mm-hmm.
I tend to have a good understanding of like, I think I'm in a space where no one's gonna like make me feel uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of the parties in San Francisco,
Mm-hmm.
I rarely get people making me feel uncomfortable about it. But once in a while,
But is that because you've like kind of like maybe
I think
put that out there and gravitated
maybe-
toward, found the people who recognize that you need that space?
yeah, probably. But I wonder if it's like somewhere like San Francisco, I think there's a level of understanding of like, we're trying to create safe spaces.
Yeah.
It's not always going to be perfect. There's going to be people that don't love where we're at or whatever. But for the most part, the intention is to be like sexually positive, safe, chill, not weird, open, non-judgmental, I think is like the vibe or like the intention,
Yeah, I mean, I felt like in my own experience, like you have to like put it out there, like you have to like
Be
tell
real
people
about
this is
it.
what you
Yeah,
want,
be upfront.
and then they have to like, and then you'll find the people who will like
Yeah.
gravitate like and try to help you create those spaces. But it can be hard to be a known person and try to like, have a normal existence.
But not everyone has common sense. I think, and that's the thing. So like one time I was at a party where there's like several levels and like the downstairs level is like underwear/naked. And then there's like a playroom and, someone was like, can I get a photo with you? And I looked behind us and there was someone sucking dick on a bench. I looked at him and I was like, babe, I don't think this is the environment.
Right.
I really don't. Like, I don't want to be you to think that I'm being rude, but this is not the place for not just for me, for the people that are literally.
But I mean, fuck the people behind you, but that you didn't want to, and it's okay that you didn't want to. Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't.
Well, it was probably mostly that.
Yeah, it was mostly you. Didn't
But
want
can
to.
you imagine being like? I
But
don't know.
why would somebody even think that it was okay to ask you? If you're in
'Cause
a
they're not
place where
thinking.
people are sucking dick,
They're just excited. They're just like, oh my god,
yeah.
And I was in a thong.
But it can be kind of annoying to deal with. Yeah.
Yeah. Or anyway, I was feeling like I'm not Camden, I'm Rex, and I'm a human being, and I'm feeling hot and sexy, and whatever. And then as soon as that happened, I just left because I was like,
It takes you out of it.
It takes me completely out of it. And I know a lot of other drag queens would be like, "Girl, get over it, just move on." I'm sure a lot of queens would feel that way. I'm still at the phase where I'm like, it's hard for me to recover, bounce back. It's a boner killer for
I
sure.
feel like every queen that's dealt with it is probably feeling what you're feeling because it's really easy to say get over it, but it's really there's times when it just takes you out. You know what I mean? Like I'm not a drag queen. And
Yeah, you're just
that
aware
shit
of
happens
it.
to me and it takes me out, and it's
Yeah.
just like it sometimes sex is a mood.
Yeah.
and it doesn't. You know what I mean? And like it just makes you feel like everyone's like that now. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's just like it could just ruin the mood. Do you know what I mean? Like things can easily ruin a sexual mood without that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I appreciate the people that are conscious about making everyone around them feel like there's no judgment. We're all just here. We're having fun.
Yeah, guys. So if you're like out there and you see us, like you like make us feel sexy. Don't like yell our names.
It doesn't
and,
happen
like,
that often, though.
put your dick in our mouths.
Right.
I mean, it's not hard.
Yeah,
right?
it should be hard.
This is the one time I look at the camera. Put your dick in my mouth. Right. That's probably shouldn't do that. Oh, my mom's dead. She
I
doesn't
can't wait
care.
for my family to see this.
Hello. Well, my mom's dead, so I don't say it to be rude, but like I say that like because literally I don't know if she was alive, how I would keep her from seeing this shit. You know what I mean? Like, because she'd be like, I want to see it, and I'd be like, Do you?
Do you want to see it? But if it was massively successful, she'd be like, well,
You know, you don't know my mom. Like, she's
okay.
crazy. Like, not bad in a bad way, but this is the only black woman, so she would have been like, oh. You
interesting.
did what with ketamine and who? and what's the name is what's
killing me.
okay, right?
She'd be like, "Who is that?"
Christopher, come sit here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh my God, it'd be a
We've got a
mess.
conversation to have.
But I don't have to worry about that because she's in heaven watching me jack off. So, so let's get back. So you fucking while famous. That's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Fucking while famous. Do you
Yeah.
enjoy it? Have you? But I mean, have you gotten some of the benefits of it? Do you feel like you've gotten like more boys sometimes, or hotter boys, or
if I have it,
been able to be places with hot boys?
yeah, I mean, I definitely get invited to the parties that maybe I wouldn't have in the past. But if I've gotten more trade because of it, it's been not intentional. Like I don't get drawn. Like if I know someone knows who I am, it freaks me out a little bit. Just because if I was known for being a fucking just Rex, then it would be different. But if you're known as this other thing, this fabulous like character and like feminine, and it's not who you are when you're naked at a sex party, it's very different. So it's weird. But so I think I've gotten maybe more action for it unintentionally. And then on top of it, I don't know why. I don't know if everyone experiences this, but when I got back from Drag Race, all I wanted to do was be anonymous. And so I enjoyed a lot of the feeling of being at a lot of these like sex parties or like parties with a dark room, because I felt like I could just kind of be like, and I knew that time was a bit limited because it was before the announcement of Drag Race.
Oh, so you were trying to get all the job,
before,
You
yeah.
don't know me.
Yeah, a little bit.
I got 6 more days.
Yeah.
You haven't seen Drag Race? Come over.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then,
that's true.
yeah, I was just having fun with it. And then after that happened, you know, therapy and everything helps you to release the judgment of being
Come on,
sexual.
therapy.
I love therapy.
Yeah.
I could talk about it forever, and I'm not going to tonight, but
Therapy, guys,
Like,
please go.
therapy, yes.
If your name is, oh shit, I have some.
Say it.
No,
Name names.
No, I wasn't going to say anybody. D-Dog, you should go to therapy.
So I've just learned that any sexual shame is about no one else but you and your weird shit. So like go to therapy for that,
Yeah.
you know, and just let go of it. And so I came into that around the same time I started to become gay famous.
Yeah.
And it was bad timing because it was like, I'm like sexually liberated, trying to have fun and be kinky. And slowly more and more people are like, is that, I know that chin from somewhere. Yeah.
And also you just seem like you're not the kind of person who, you're not an exhibitionist. So you don't, it'd be different if you were an exhibitionist sexually. This might you know, pair naturally, but it's not. It seems like you're the opposite, right? You're an exhibitionist when it comes to your talent, obviously, but then sexually you're not. So then
I'm not,
like,
but
you
I'm
don't
also
want to
like-
be, you don't want to, but you also are.
It's not them.
Oh,
it's
I'm
not
sorry.
It's not them an exhibitionist. It's just that I've slowly become like, I don't know, enjoying a public situation
Ooh.
and like a group setting. And
Okay.
like, that's just bad timing because it's like,
So now you like that.
yeah.
Okay, I mean, I'm here for it, girl. I like that you're like, you know, fingering. I was gonna say fingering yourself, probably doing that. But figuring yourself out.
Yeah. SF is just a fun place to explore all of that, I think.
It is.
We're very fucking lucky here.
Yeah.
I've been to every city in this country and I love all of it. I really do. But
I don't love every fucking city in this country.
that's true.
All the cities I voted for Trump.
I love
Suck my dick. You know
love
what I
the
mean? You know what I
opportunity.
mean? Sure.
I love the opportunity. I love the paycheck. And it makes me really happy to come home.
I'm sorry, that's right. No, I need all of you guys to be my listeners. So I
There you
love
go.
you guys.
There it is.
You're amazing. Oh my- like what she said. Okay. Oh my God. Subscribe.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like, okay. We're gonna take a break. This has been really fun. It'll be our final break, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about like what you've been doing since Drag Race. And then we'll do some questions and answers, and I hope you have some questions for me, and that'll be it. So yeah, okay. We'll be back, guys. Mwah, mwah. Hello, everyone. We're back with our second half interview with the only Lady Camden, the only Rex, the only sexual dynamo. Yes, look at you. You're a star. You're a star. She's Ariel. She's lost her voice, thank God. So let's right. So let's go back to what we were talking about. So you're talking about being sexual, being famous, blah, blah, blah. So let's talk about what have you done since Drag Race? And by the way, guys, if you're wondering what this is,
Tea.
this is tea. And I like tea. And I've always liked tea. And hopefully, I'll
We
get
know you like a tea
sponsor,
bag.
and a sponsor will be tea, and I'll be like, oh my god, this is sponsored by so and so tea. But for now, it's just regular tea.
Do you like tea bagging?
Do I like tea bagging? I like anything that has to do with balls on my face, bitch. Okay.
Love that.
There goes your social life. Clueless reference.
Yay, clueless.
Okay, so what have you been doing since Drag Race?
Since Drag Race, the last 2 years, I was pretty much on tour the whole time, like coming in and out of home and then being on the road. Tours, I love it because I love a consistent job. Like you get up, you do your numbers, you get in drag, you get drunk with the girls, you get on the bus, rinse, repeat. I love the consistency. I try to like make a point to make one personal project a year.
Yeah.
At least.
Okay.
So I would do like the Christmas show last year.
Let's talk about the Christmas show.
I'm bringing back my Naughty Nutcracker this year.
Okay, so you're doing another Christmas show.
Yes.
And it's a one-woman show?
Me and 4 dancers.
Okay.
Yes.
So, and is this your first, was that your first like
Last year.
show last year?
It was, yeah.
So what was that like?
Really fucking petrifying.
I know I was there. I remember
It's
like,
scary.
but it was amazing, right?
It was fun, but like no one before Drag Race, you don't get the opportunity to just have 2 hours. And so there's a big difference between doing a sickening number for 5 minutes, doing a backflip, doing a split or not, doing a bit, and then you have the rest of the night to keep them there, and you don't want to bore people. So you learn to write, you learn to create, produce, edit, make mistakes, learn to fail, whatever, all that stuff. It was so fun. It was just really like euphoric. So we're bringing it back this year. It's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, December 9th, 10th, and 11th.
The fact that you're bringing it back is
Races.
what? It was successful.
It was successful. We sold
And
out.
that you enjoyed it. Oh, sorry. What? Say it again.
We sold out 4 shows.
Sold out 4 shows last year.
Last year. Yeah.
And that means people liked it the first time,
Yep.
told people to go the second night,
Yes.
and the third.
Well, we sold out 2 weeks before.
Oh. Okay. So
Yeah.
you did good, bitch.
Yeah. But I will say, like, I think San Francisco has a lot of non-Drag Race queens who are writing, producing, creating stuff. And I think there's this legacy of girls that, I don't know, I feel like San Francisco is like a queer town, and we have this drag lineage. We have a drag community, we have a queer community that it's like, I don't want to be that, I honestly don't want to be that Drag Race girl that lives in SF and just does kind of whatever. I want to
What
like...
Drag Race girl that lives in SF? You're like the only one. I mean, what is her? Roxy Cotton. What's her name?
No, Jax lives here now. And also...
Jax lives here.
Jax lives here.
Oh, I
Yes.
didn't know that.
She
Okay.
does. And she's a fucking sickening performer, bitch.
She is.
No one flips like her,
Did
girl.
anyone know that Jax lived here?
Yeah, I did.
I mean, did anyone else know that Jax
they're not
lived here?
listening to
I mean, yeah, they're not.
Jax
okay.
lives here.
Okay.
And she's fucking sick.
I mean, yeah, you don't have to tell me on Jax, bitch. I know who that is.
Yeah.
Um.
So she lives here. And Poppy Princess.
Okay.
But, you know, I want to be... This is a good city to try things out. So,
Do they
like...
perform? Does Poppy Princess perform here?
No.
Like, I mean, I don't even go to drag shows, but I don't even. I mean, I don't
think
know
she
if she
performs
performs
anymore.
anymore, right? Yeah.
I think she curates parties.
Hey, girl, I'm here for it, bitch.
I know you are,
Hello.
bitch.
Poppy
Hello.
Princess can curate my party, bitch.
Well, no one can curate a party without you there.
Thank
Let's be
you.
real.
Thank you. Don't touch the yard. Well, unless you have a big. Never mind.
Unless you have a
You know what I
wristband.
mean.
That's what you should say when people come up to you.
What?
Do you have a wristband?
Do you have a wristband? I love that. And then I give them the wristband, and then they touch me, and then we have sex.
They Venmo you.
I
and then
love
you go,
that. We'll try that.
Okay,
so let's
to the cum dump.
to the cum dump, right? I'm just a plus size hole, sir.
Do you have a wristband?
You're
That's the
right.
fucking... Oh my God.
My God, one, you know, one time I was
So what have I done since Drag Race? Trying to create shows. You know, I think SF is like, they want creativity, they want stuff.
But I think SF is also a really good place because it's like it's probably one of the easiest places the easiest places to create a show.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I can't imagine some of the things
In
like
LA.
in New York, whatever.
Yeah,
You don't even
especially
get to
New
know
York.
who first of all, who even owns the clubs
These-
in those places are conglomerates, right? Like
Yeah.
like here you can actually see the owners, you know who the owners are, the messages in
Yeah.
front of your face, and they're always looking for parties, you know,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like here the clubs are looking for parties, and it makes it so much easier to do that, or shows, or
Yeah.
ideas.
I do think that it's like massively competitive
Yeah.
in New York
Yeah.
for sure. LA, it's like a different thing. LA, it's like there are so many Rue girls
Yeah.
that like everyone's like, oh, you're from Drag Race? We don't care.
Yeah, like there's 17 of you. Like
Cool.
you know what I mean? Like my God, I had 45 legends. Like you know what I mean? Right outside.
Right. So you can't rest on that. You
Yeah.
have to do more, you know. But with SF, it's like if you're a theater driven, theatrical person, if I want to do a Nutcracker themed show about Christmas, doing fucking ballet and also making it kinky and weird, I can. And like if it's a flop, then we just don't do it the following year. You know, no harm, no foul kind of thing.
Yeah, there's a safety in SF that allows you to experiment as well, that I love.
Or people want you to experiment.
Yeah.
They don't want you to just be like, remember this that I did on Drag Race?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a safety in that.
They want
because,
more.
Yeah, they want that, you know, and the experimenting allows them to like, okay, you know what I mean? That's why how I became me, right? They want more, they want you to experiment, and they're okay with what that looks like.
Or if you're just not what people expect, there's not like this, like, ugh. It's like we expect the unexpected here, I think. Or we would like it, we welcome it.
Yeah.
Like we're over boring vanilla shit.
Yeah, they're
here.
definitely.
I think that's why most of us came here, is to just like experience something other, you know, something interesting. Like,
Okay, so I got some random questions for you.
okay.
And then we'll get into this or that questions. And then I think you have a couple questions for me, right?
I do.
Okay, so random question. Worst memory from Drag Race?
One time I wore a bodysuit and we were standing there for like, I don't know how many fucking hours, and I needed to pee so bad. I'm pretty sure I got like some sort of bladder infection. Yeah. It was like you're standing there for a really fucking long time. They go, you can take your shoes off if you want, but if your shoes are built into your costume,
You can't do that.
you can't. And then you don't want to be that girl because you want to be the one that's like everyone loves.
Yeah. But then
you-
you have to hydrate. Da, 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 da.
Yeah,
Ooh,
but
girl,
you're not
see?
thinking about hydration when you're on Drag Race, girl.
Yeah.
They're going, would you like water or Red Bull? And you go Red Bull because you're just anxious.
Yeah.
And you think that's going to help you somehow.
Well, first of all, you don't want to do water because you can't fucking pee. You know what I mean? Like,
Day one, Georgia, when I met her, she was like, girl, I've had like 5 Red Bulls. And she was the same
yeah.
as she is normally. I was like, that's crazy.
Yes.
She's not even affected by it. Like, that's how much weed she smoked.
Hello.
She was
I
just
love
like,
that.
yeah.
I want to smoke weed with Georgia. Okay.
You should.
Funniest moment from doing drag.
Funniest moment? Gay Men's Chorus Show at the Symphony Hall. I did a bunch of really, you know, choreographic, dancey, whatever things. And the one thing that made everyone laugh was when my friend came out as the iceberg in the Titanic, and he just danced around this iceberg covered in paper mache. And I realized then and there that no one really cares about the intricacies of ballet and lifts and choreography. They just want to see you running around in a fucking paper mache iceberg sometimes and just be stupid.
We care about both, baby.
I know,
Some of us care.
But like sometimes you just
We need
gotta
both. Yeah.
be silly and
Yeah.
stupid. I don't know if that was the funniest moment ever.
Well, you're not very funny.
I know.
Place that you want
I
to
never
perform.
said it was, bitch.
Yeah, you did earlier. In the first half. I remember that's when you started doing drag. And like some people thought I was funny. Do you remember that?
Yeah, but that could be like one person, you know? My
Your
mom.
mother.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Place that you want to perform but haven't yet.
Brazil. South America, actually. Like I haven't gotten to really perform. Like there was a whole tour that I was gonna go on that got cancelled. I don't know. I just want to
I
experience
haven't seen
that part
when
of the
I've been
world.
to Brazil. The drag was there like very low budget.
Really?
Because it's I mean,
Tell us
like,
about it. What
most
was it
people in
like?
Brazil don't have a lot of money. You know what I mean? So you're not going to get a lot of people who can pay for the kind of drag that we generally see here. You know what I mean?
But did you seek drag
But I-
over there? Because you said
No,
you
but I didn't go to any like the really like big
Top
drag
notch,
shows.
yeah.
Da, 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 da. It was more like I went to like a gay club or whatever. So I'm
Yeah.
sure that there are people who do it, and
Yeah.
when they do it, they go crazy.
Yeah.
But because I mean, look, blah 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 blah, right? But I didn't see it.
That's just like the one place that I
That'd be
feel
fun.
like I haven't been.
You don't want to be in Brazil in a while, so let me know, girl. I can tell you where all the cocks are.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do you have a drag rival?
Oh.
Or if not a rival, something that you use mentally to push yourself?
I think not a rival necessarily, but Rose and I sometimes have the same objectives. We both want to do a one-woman show. We both want to do this. We both want to do that.
Healthy competition is healthy. Someone that you mentally can be like, yeah.
Even just like the other day, like I'm coming out with a song that's attached to the documentary. It was really just designed to be like part of it in the credits, and it's cheaper to make your own music than it is to pay for other people's, which is what I've learned. And it's like a love letter to your younger self. And Rose is coming out with a song that's similar, and I was designing a album cover artwork for it because you have to for Spotify, and I learned that has the same idea, and it just was like constantly the two of us have the same brain. So like that's someone that I'm like,
I love that.
we're competitive with ourselves.
I
We're
love
both
that.
insane, but like we both are like wanting more than you know.
And you're kind of seeing you guys are going in the same directions. I like that. That's really cool. Favorite bar in SF?
All of them. I really like a lot of different bars. For a fried chicken sandwich, high tops. For sassy bartender banter with Jimmy at the Lookout. At Bo, I know I'm gonna go find an after party afterwards. If that's what I want, then I'll go to Bo. I love Midnight Sun on a Monday night from Monroe's at Midnight, which I think is now over, right?
And then last question, if you could host the Drag Race season, where would it be? You pick a country. Like if they're like,
oh, you like the show?
Yeah, the show. They were like, oh my God, like we need a host for any country. Not yet done.
Right.
Or yeah, actually, even a country that's been done, what would you do?
Oh gosh, fucking Hawaii, girl.
Hawaii.
Come on, like.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. They have some really.
I'm thinking about the time off. I'm thinking about going to the beach.
Plus, they seem really talented. Those
of course, yeah.
It's
It's,
like, yeah,
you know.
I'd love to see Moana doing some shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Moana.
I
I was like Sasha Colby. You're like Moana.
I was thinking of the bodies too.
Did it?
I was thinking about those bodies.
Moana with BBL. Wait, yes.
I'll go with you, honey.
Moana with a
Anyway.
boob job and like some.
Wow. Okay, so we've got a couple of some this or that questions, and then you'll ask me some questions, and that'll be it. All right. So this is that. So snuggle in a blanket fort or build a pillow fort.
Say that one more time.
Snuggle in a blanket fort or build a pillow fort.
Snuggle and no, build a pillow fort.
Accidentally fart in public or accidentally burping in public.
Fart, but I think burping is way more disgusting.
Sharing a toothbrush or sharing a pair of socks.
Ugh. Toothbrush.
Making funny faces or in every photo or photobombing.
Photobombing.
Cry rainbow colored tears or fart rainbow colored gas balls.
Wait, that's kind of cunt though. To fart rainbows, that's kind of sick.
That's disgusting.
No, bitch, that's pride.
Okay, well,
can you imagine?
So that's your answer.
Wait, a drag queen reveal, wig reveal, costume reveal.
then-
You take your pants off and you fart rainbow, they will die.
You could also burp it and they would die too.
Nah, but it's gross. Fart,
Okay.
fart is cunt. Like that's fucking
Cool.
sick.
All right.
Yes.
Taking up synchronized snoring or synchronized sneezing.
I hate snoring.
Okay.
So sneezing.
Having 3 hands or 3 legs.
3 legs, honey.
Hello.
Hello.
And wearing underwear 1 size too small or shoes is 2 sizes too big.
Too small. Because then they're like, oh my God, your ass is too big for these undies. And you go, oh no.
Right.
I guess they are. You're going to have to take them
The
off.
thong is like eating your chocha. And you know what I mean? It's like right up.
What do I do? I
can labia.
guess you're going to have to just remove them.
I've worn a too tight thong and it's like, okay, are you just going to be in me? You know what I mean? Okay, so you have some
Do you
couple of
like
questions
that?
for me. I do like people to be in me.
My first question.
Oh my God, I've never been interviewed. This is so fun, guys. I feel like a movie star. Okay. Go ahead.
So my first question is like, so you are, I think, someone that's like locally quite public, and you are a local celeb, I think. And you know, I think that when you come into a club, you're very like, everyone's like, oh, Roman's here, and like you draw attention, and people come up to you, and I feel like you probably, maybe, I imagine, feel like you have a responsibility to kind of show up, entertain, be kind of on.
Yeah.
I know there have to be days where you are just not fucking feeling like taking care of everyone. you just want to be in a space where there's music and alcohol and have a good time. And this is why I'm asking you, because on a personal level, sometimes I want to be around gay chaos, queer chaos. I don't want to be like I don't want to be like this other version of myself. Like, how do you are you able to navigate when you're just wanting to be there and not be like babysitting people? Like, what is your like
I mean, I feel like it's a hard question. Like, I feel like therapy helps because therapy like helped me figure out like how to like put like some boundaries up, right? And the good thing about our community is like because it's a lot of people that we know. So
Yeah.
eventually, like it's just I'm just gonna tell you how I am, and then if you know me, you know why. So then there's just times when I just have to make space and I just walk away, or I just don't, not walk away. Like I just if I don't feel like speaking past the hello, then I don't, and I've learned to just not care. And people have learned that if I do that, it's because I need that space.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I've learned to not give a fuck either way.
Okay.
Because that's just the therapy. Because otherwise, it was just too much. You know what I mean? So there were times when I'm just not into it, and I just want to be out. I just want to dance with my sunglasses on. And if it seems rude, hey.
Was there a time where you were like, I'm worried that they're going to think I'm rude?
Yeah, it was a time when it was like, oh God, it was a time when it was like, you know what I mean? Like very claustrophobic, and it was and it just.
Was there a turning point for you where you were just like, I really don't care anymore?
Yeah, when it started to be anxiety inducing, when the fame or the whatever street cred, blah, started to like affect my ability to like feel comfortable being out on the streets constantly. That's when I was like, we need to fix this because I can't exist like this.
And you feel like therapy's kind of helped?
Therapy definitely helped. It helped me figure out like what I need. Do you know what I mean? And like actualize it. Therapy always helps that. You know what I mean?
What
especially
you need versus what they need.
Yeah.
No, I think that's true. I think it's good to like think about like, what is your job and what the fuck isn't? You know, like your job is to really take care of yourself. And in those spaces, like, this is your time off. Like, anyway. So that's my first question. Because I was genuinely like, I don't know, curious. Because I feel like I look at you as someone that's like very gracious in those moments. If you're just like not feeling it, you're just like,
I'm trying. I'm learning to. I still have work to do to like say fuck you and whatever. Cause I feel like I still care too much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's I'm a work in progress.
but boundaries are good.
Yes.
Boundaries are sickening.
Yes.
My next question is like, I'm always curious about what someone's like, I say silly dream, meaning like, what is a dream that you kind of wouldn't really normally like admit to having? You're like, oh, I really would love to one day do XYZ, but like you would be worried maybe that people would be like, oh, that's crazy. Like,
like an actual dream or want of mine that people.
that you are worried that maybe is insane. But like, you're like, no, bitch, if I really had it my way, this is what I would want to be doing.
I would own a sex club.
Really?
Yeah, because I feel like I could do it right. You know what I mean? Like I would want to bring the sex club vibes. Like I don't want to like actually like, but I want to like be able to bring the vibe of some of the things that I've seen in like from like the East, like Europe and all that kind of shit.
From your
I would
experiences
like,
traveling,
like I would own that. That would be like, because I just want to like show people. Especially in SF, I don't really like the whole like nasty. Like I don't know why we have to fuck and buy a toilet that doesn't get cleaned. You know what I mean? This just doesn't really do me. And I'm not saying everything has to be
not your fantasy.
sanitized, but yeah, I just feel like that would be my little vibe.
Yeah. What would give you the rush of like seeing that be successful? Like what part of it would just make you happy?
Because I feel like it would mix the two things, like giving people a space to do things and be themselves, which I like, and then also like being able to giving people space to be sexual. You know what I mean? And free. And I've had some of the best moments like at like saunas in Brazil or in Europe and shit, where you're just like talking shit and
Barcelona.
So like Barcelona. So like giving people that kind of a vibe would be fun. Without having to actually deal with any of the like shit, but like she'd be like, "Oh my God, is that my name?" Thanks.
Right. Do you have something that you're like looking for, I mean, I don't know. I like talking about dating, but I don't know how much you want to talk about it. But like, if you were to be like trying to actively date right now, like, is there something that you know you're just like really, really looking for?
I am actively dating. I like men who are aggressive in the sense that like most people are afraid to approach me about these things, and so that's what I really like. So then I wind up waiting for someone, and I know I have to work on approaching them, and blah 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 blah. But I like people. I like people who to be a little bit more aggressive, be like, oh, I'll take you out on a date, or forward. Forward is probably a better word, right? Plus, that's just how I like people anyway. Like I'm very forward. Yeah. So you just can't be afraid. Yeah. Don't let the beauty make you afraid. Yeah. Or the personality.
Yes. Yeah. I love it. I think like for me, like being a victim is the biggest turn off. I think like the opposite of that is so hard to me. Yeah. Like being assertive, being like, okay, we're in this situation. How do we get out of it? How do we move forward fiercely?
Well, this has been really fucking great. I really thank you so fucking much.
Of course.
Oh my God. Thank you.
Thank you for loading me this second outfit.
Oh my God, right? Oh my God. And all of you guys out there in podcast land, this is the end of the first interview with Lady Camden. It is our
first of many.
1 year, first of many. Our first visual interview. It's our first year anniversary interview. I love you. We're out. Mwah.
Congratulations on your first visual episode, bitch.
Thank you.
Yes.
And we're out. Yes, hello, I'm here. This is a lot already. I have my friend Billy there. So, yay.
Hey, girl, I'm really happy to be here. Thanks for having me. I was expecting a lot more, but here we are. Just 2 microphones and no camera. Got ready for nothing.
Interesting behind the scenes.